They are brothers like no others, the kings of swing and lacrosse, and they've teamed up in the U.S. Capitol to bring the power to Washington. The Gates have dominated the indoor lacrosse scene for over a decade, but the end of an era is upon us, as Paul Gate has announced that this is his final campaign. Brother Gary hopes they have enough left in the tank to bring the tandem a final title. Tonight, it will be up to the Rock to keep the gate closed. Toronto is off to another rolling start. They'll need help from a revamped defensive core who have found their nucleus with Coyle, Ladouceur, Clark, and Rod Squire, who make Toronto the league's stingiest defense. The Rock hope to pull the plug on the power on Molson Export National Lacrosse. It's live on Rogers Sportsnet next.
You seen the guy in the mailroom?
Oh, talk about buns o' steel.
Oh, come to mama, big boy.
Tostitos, chips, and salsa. Dig in. Let loose.
For 70 years, Canon has been at the forefront of photographic technology. Always advancing, always innovating. And everything we've done has made us what we are today. Leaders in digital photography. Canon Digital Photography. So go ahead, astonish yourself.
Hi, I've just been having sex with a girl. But now I'm gonna hang out with the guys and drink an X. It's all about balance.
But Jim, how do we know when to have sex and when to hang with the guys?
Dwayne, that is a question man has wrestled with since the dawn of time.
Gentlemen, I couldn't help overhearing. Hanging with the guys? Having sex? Don't you know there's more to life?
It's about leaving it all on the floor. Being measured by heart, not height. Playing every game like it's your last. Refusing to lose. Ford Raptors basketball. Raptors Grizzlies, Tuesday at 7.
Welcome back to the U.S. Arena, the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland, where the Washington Power hosts the Toronto Rock as we get ready for these 2-1 teams to do battle, both leaders in their respective divisions. The colors being presented here in Washington, paying honor to the fire and police departments and the emergency workers from New York City. And now, the national anthems of the United States and Canada.
Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Ready to go, the Washington Power and the Toronto Rock set to do battle in Landover, Maryland. We'll come back with the opening face-off on Rogers Sportsnet. Coming up next.
It orders pizza. It has an FM stereo so you can listen to music while waiting for pizza. It two-ways friends to come over for pizza. It has voice-activated dialing so you can order more pizza.
Pizza.
Without putting down your pizza. The Motorola V-Dot 120. Enjoy it with pizza.
Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream.
Yamaha's ultimate ATV sale. 7.9% financing and a whole lot more. See dealer for details.
They are hockey's future. Tomorrow's stars. Fighting for their right to play in the NHL. Don't miss the best CHL action from coast to coast. Watch Red Deer take on Calgary. January 13th at 3.
17, Steve Toll.
Molson Export National Lacrosse is brought to you by Molson Export. At X today, let's check in with Jackie Delaney. She's with Les Bartley.
That's right. And Coach, if you can tell us real quickly, why the change in netminder tonight?
Well, Anthony's a great goaltender, and we thought it was time to get him a start.
Thanks for your time. That's a Molson Export bench report. We'll send it right back upstairs.
Thank you, Jackie Delaney. With Brian Shanahan, I'm Rob Faulds. In Landover, Maryland, the Capitol Center, the former home of the Washington Capitals and the Washington Bullets, now the Washington Wizards, as the Power hosts the Toronto Rock. Two teams, 2-1. Leading the East, the Power. Leading the North, the Rock. And there was a change. We'll talk more about that throughout the game. Anthony Cosmo getting the start for the Rock instead of Bob Watson. Interesting strategy. Here come the Rock. In they go. Good save by Devan Dalep.
Sandy
Early.
Chapman, first game playing for the Rock, already making an impact going to the net. The Rock coaching staff really likes the way this guy hustles. He's only a junior lacrosse player, but they love the way he hustles. He's replacing Rod Squires, plays a lot like him.
Paul Gate, one of the veteran Gates. His shot goes wide off the end boards. Gate gets up slowly after taking a hit. Racing back down over and back, Del Halliday touching the ball. A long time between games for the Toronto Rock. Their last action was December the 14th. And they've got to try to get back into game action, game shape as quickly as possible.
Exactly, but Washington's in a similar situation. They've only played 3 games. Toronto's only played 3 games. Both teams 2-1. But there's some teams in this league. Calgary's already played 8 games. So it's almost like their season is starting now because they're going to get a lot of games coming up soon.
Moving in again, trying to dive through the Rock, trying to get something early that came up empty against Dalep.
It was a bit of a surprise move. The goaltending changed. Toronto putting in Anthony Cosmo, but he is a great goalie, and this was a strategic move. They wanted to throw somebody different at the gates. It was kept very quiet. Nobody knew about it.
And an early test, Cosmo came up big. Cosmo could be a starting goalie anywhere else in this league.
Cosmo would be a starting goalie on most teams in this league. He's a great goalie. He won the most valuable player in the senior league last summer. He's a fantastic player. A lot of teams would be dying to get him.
Colin Doyle swings it out. Dan Lattiser goes in after the loose ball. He's bumped aside, lost his stick, and the Power recover.
And that's another change. We're going to see Dan Lattiser was on offense there. The Rockets going to use him a little bit on offense today. They'll still play his defense, but they want him throwing some big picks out there offensively.
Paul Canna being under pressure by Pat Coyle. Trying to turn away Josh Sims.
Penalty's coming up.
Sims sets it up. They'll go with the extra attacker as Dalep has gone to the bench. Paul Gate sets it up. Shot comes up. Gates got it again. Ball over his shoulder. Gary shot right on. Save. Also, the time had expired, so we'll see a power play. And watch out for the Washington power play. It has been all that power so far this season.
That's right there. Their power play's been unstoppable so far. 85%. That's unheard of. 17 for 20. A successful power play in this league is about anything over 50, 60% you shoot for. But 85% is unheard of, and the reason is basically the Gate brothers up here. They've got most of their power play goals.
Ian Rubel, the penalized player.
Now you watch, Toronto's going to try not to let the Gate shoot at all.
Ball dishes off, up top. Bounces off. Now Gary Gate.
And that might be your next most dangerous player, Matt Shear.
Over the shoulder, shot came in.
Toronto will probably try to get number 91, Fred Jenner, to shoot on the power play. It's tough, though. He's a good shooter, but when you got the Gates out there, you got to stop them from shooting. Give it to somebody else.
Stroop taking his time, just trying to eat up the clock. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Stroop looks to one side, fires his shot. Dalep makes the save.
Good hustle by Wayne Burke there to get the ball back. They'll be able to eat up another 30 seconds on the power play.
.107 left in the penalty to Rubel. Burke takes a look, sets up high, willing to take up as much time as possible. Not really being pressured by the Power. Burke switches off, up high, dances away, 11 seconds, is hit, and Blaine Manning picks up the ball. Manning dishes off to the right side. Rock dump it in. There's a quick shot by Stroop. He takes the own rebound, just misses it. Turning back, here comes the Power. 36 seconds to work on the power play. Del Halliday. Very nice touch. He was picked up by Washington in the offseason. Paul Gate wears number 19, Gary 22 to the side. Good save by Cosmo as they worked both sides, and Jenner almost had an open side.
That was nice passing by Matt Shear to Jenner.
10 seconds left in the power play. The shot off the end boards. Controlled by the Rock, and here goes Clark busting in. Clark comes in, saved by Dalep. Then he gets hit by his own man.
They almost scooped that ball. Steve Toll almost scooped that ball into the empty net there.
Good work by Clark and Toll.
And a penalty, that was a good kill by Toronto.
On a terrific power play. Paul Gate winds up, shot. Cosmo had it very nicely covered. Busting back for the Rock, Daryl Gibson. Gibson on the breakaway, shot, saved by Dalep. Now the rebound picked up, Veltman scores over the shoulder. Jimmy Veltman there, and the Rock on the board.
Second breakaway in the last 30 seconds for Toronto Rock. Dalep stopped them both, but Jim Veltman picked up the rebound. Rock is off to a strong start. That was a big kill against a great power. Here you see Gibson takes the shot. Dalep leaves the big rebound. Jim Veltman has lots of time. He aims for that big corner on the bigger net.
You'd see Dalep's look too after making the one stop.
That's right. He's looking for help. Well, I'm sure that's what they're talking about on the bench right now. Darius Kilgore's already called, Coach Darius Kilgore of Washington's already called a timeout, and I'm sure he's telling them not to be giving these breakaways up. Toronto's an opportunistic team. They're not a big powerhouse offensive machine, but they'll score on their chances, and their defensive players, I think this year more than any I've seen, are great at taking advantage of the transition game.
Power controlling the ball. 1-0 Rock. First quarter. Work outside. Power trying to find something. Trying to dish it inside. The pass for Halliday went awry. Controlled by Cosmo. Coyle to Millen. Millen flips it. Chapman. Getting a lot of floor to begin this game. In comes Squire. His shot. Battling behind.
Gave him a lot of room to wind up there. You don't want to be giving Kim Squire that much room.
Getting a rough ride. Brothers dishes off to Cantabine. Cantabine passes off, heads to the bench. Here's Gary Gate. Gate takes a look, dances away, moves in.
Oh, good defense by Glenn Clark.
Power trying to do something with a loose ball as time runs out on Bob Horsey.
Clark did a great job on Gary Gate there. This guy is one of the toughest guys ever to stop one-on-one. Not only has he got all the stick skills, he's 6'2", 215 pounds of muscle.
On the far side, Colin Doyle. Doyle steps across, dances away, snaps one away off the end glass. Rebound and score!
Oh, they waved it off in the crease.
Dan Stroop was in the crease and it was waved off. Washington ball. Very quick call by the referee, Hans Wittelsberg. Loose ball. Scooped up by the Rock. Hit taken too by Coyle, but he's able to get it away to Toll. Toll with a little room on the 2-on-1 break.
Oh,
not able to make the goal was Blaine Manning.
Whoa,
big shot laid in by Pat Coyle. No call. Coming back, here's the Rock shot saved by Dalep. Toll, he'll wait. Sets it up, shot comes in, the bouncer will go off the floor and over the glass. 1-0 Rock leading, 7:38 left in the opening quarter in Landover, Maryland. Rock in the Power. Like all alone. Livingston couldn't put it away. Rather, Chapman couldn't put it away. Power come back.
Dan Lattiser was on offense that shift again, and he did a great job throwing a big pick down the middle to help create that scoring chance.
Wills dances away. Trying to move away from his man. Time running out, 12 seconds. Cantabine loses the ball. Scooped up by the Rock. Taking a rough ride for it was Rubel. And possession to Toronto.
And I'm going to predict, Falsey, you're going to see a lot of Dan Lattiser today. I have a feeling somewhere along the line you might see some rough stuff. I think they felt that last year in Washington took advantage of some of the smaller guys. And that's one of the reasons he's playing offense. Put him out there on the floor when Washington's big defensive guys are on the floor. So watch for a guy like Hugh Donovan and Dan Lattiser.
As they call Donovan here, Huge Donovan.
Huge Donovan, 6'5".
Rock with a fresh 30-second clock. Kirk comes up high to Toll. Toll dishes it down low. Shot to the side, the backhander and over the shoulder. That shot by Colin Doyle bounced wide.
Well, I like the energy level the Toronto Rock has shown so far. They've really come to play.
Fresh 5 for Toronto. Washington slowly across. Josh Sims moves in. Sims comes in. The shot. Cosmo very calmly makes the stop. Gibson. The pass, and then off he goes to the bench. Moving around, Manning. Takes a look, waits for some help. Manning sends it up high. Good ball movement right now by the Rock. Stroop's his shot. Goes off the end boards. Stroop has got it again. Chapman to the far side. Rock controlling.
Oh, nice move.
Coming in, the shot, good save.
Beautiful pick and roll. Kim Squire, Ken Millen.
Power trying to start back the other way. Jenner. From the corner. Works it up high. The shot comes in. Ooh. Folks, shot went off the end glass. And the Rock start back.
He got a lot behind that shot. He's got a wicked shot. He can't give him that much room.
Veltman around one man, snaps one away. That's wide. Toll. And now to Burke. Burke moves in, tries to spin around. Here goes Burke. Tried to dish off. He was double teamed. Helping out big time there was Hugh Donovan.
He came flying for heads on that one.
Off the glass. The ball picked up by the Power. Powers start back. They're going to have to wait for a change, and Donovan will have to put on the brakes. Paul Gate. To a breaker. The shot comes in and bounces wide.
Toronto got a break there. They left him wide open.
Sims couldn't get away. There's Gary Gate losing possession. To Paul. They switch off. The shot comes in. Gets knocked down in front and pushed away by the Rock. Del Halliday from British Columbia. Gary Gate. And he comes over the shoulder. Pretty pass. Paul Gate scores! Ladouceur slipped, went down, may have turned an ankle. That left Paul Gate the room.
Exactly. It was a smart move by Paul Gate. He was about to whip that shot when he saw Ladouceur was down. He took the extra step to walk in. Here, watch Ladouceur. Comes good back up. He trips. He actually trips over Pat Coyle. And you see Paul Gate actually realize he's got a bit more time to set up that shot. Good defense there. He just trips over Pat Coyle. And Paul Gate decides to make his angle better. Good move as Paul Gate scores his 11th goal of the season.
From Gary Gate, tied at 1. It's coming at 11:07 of the opening quarter. Horsey also with an assist. Dan Stroop finds an alley. Shot Dalep had it closed down quickly on the short side. Battle along the boards. Rock come up with it. A little extra activity is Manning, but Stroop turns, tries to get a shot away, knocked down from behind by John Brothers.
Let's go, Power fans. Let's go. Here we go. Let's get
Power will start it back. Rock changing up. Gallant. Standard. Now down to Wills. Moving to the far side, trying to dance away. Shearer. Moving into traffic. Tried to snap a shot away. That hit Rubel. And time runs out on Washington. It is tied at 1 in the opening quarter. The Rock and the Power. We'll come back in a moment.
Chalmers has a dilemma. How to decide which sandwich to introduce, the chicken bacon Swiss or the bacon Swiss cheeseburger. Well, he's going to do it scientifically.
Heads is chicken, tails is the cheeseburger.
Both are topped with hickory smoked bacon and processed Swiss. One's on a quarter pound of fresh beef, the other's on Wendy's whole seasoned chicken breast filet. Introducing both. Wendy's new bacon Swiss cheeseburger and chicken bacon Swiss.
For girls and boys, it's a fact. In every Wendy's kids meal, Grinch toys are back.
First quarter is brought to you by hotjobs.ca. Log on today and take control of your destiny. And the starting goalies are brought to you by Wendy's 2 new Bacon Swiss combos. Try one today and one tomorrow. Anthony Cosmo, a bit of a surprise start for the Toronto Rock, but certainly more than capable in the NLL. And he is facing the man who will get the lion's share of the action for the Power, Devan Dalep. He's 2-1 and a 13.34 goals against average this season.
Surprisingly, Dalep leads the league in loose balls so far this year.
65 he's picked up. Now he is part of the game to start things off for the Power. They can score goals. Here's the Gate. That is Gary Gate. Paul Gate watching as Cosmo dishes off. Rocks start back. Here's Kim Squire. Squire. Pass down low. Stepping out, trying to get back to Squire.
Oh.
And a save by Dalep. That was a nice job. A little give and go. Doyle and Streep.
I think it actually got deflected off the Washington stick. That's why the Rock is getting it back. That was Hugh Donovan covering Kim Squire.
Trying to spin out again. The shot to the side. Toll, it goes. Oh, somehow stayed out.
And Toll is arguing that one. It almost looked like it went in and spun out.
Back, yeah.
That's right.
Sims passes off, heads to the bench.
Washington's very slow on the change here. I'm sure the coaching staff will talk about that. They've just wasted 10 seconds of their offense.
Halliday turns, try to dish it down low. Ball bounces wildly along the boards, controlled by Wills. Wills comes in, tries a low percentage shot, but time was running out.
Minute 45 remaining.
At Coyle.
Come on, Power fans, let's hear it.
Beltman, he sidestepped a bump and turned away. Power head back. Not liking the look of it was Gallant. Canopy.
Washington's only got 4 guys on the floor. Slow change again. Oh, look at
Canopy over his shoulder. Cosmo had everything blocked out. It was sitting on him.
He was making sure that wasn't going to somehow squeeze in.
Minute 17 left in the opening quarter in Landover, Maryland. The Washington Power hosting the Toronto Rock. With Jackie Delaney and Brian Shanahan, I'm Rob Folds. Burke up high.
1 minute remaining.
Doyle trying to find some room down low. Manning. Doyle again. Coming in, the shot, Dalep the save over the shoulder by Squire. Not able to put it away. That was a terrific move, but Dalep was able to keep it out. Manning, less than a minute to play in the opening quarter. Tied at 1. Toll.
Come on now, let's hear it. Come on, let's go. 35 seconds remaining.
The Rock's getting a few fresh bodies out here for the offense. Last 30 seconds.
Toll up high. Pass comes in. Shot by Stroop. Dalep again the save. Gary Gate comes in big time, and Toronto gets possession of the ball with 20 seconds left.
20 seconds
They've got a full clock to work until the end of the quarter. Gary Gate held up his man, and the Power take over. Power trying to get something going with 12 seconds left in the opening quarter. The pass. Paul Gate. Gate comes in, tries to turn around from his man, double team, over his shoulder. Toll takes over. Toll just dumps it in, and that ends the opening quarter of the game, tied at 1. First quarter was brought to you by hotjobs.ca. Log on today and take control of your destiny. We'll come back with more from Landover, Maryland, tied at 1. A very tight game. Molson National Lacrosse League action.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
Can anybody find me somebody to love? Every day of my life, I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my hard-earned pay all on my own. Somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love?
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
You seen the guy in the mailroom?
Oh, talk about buns of steel.
Come to mama, big boy.
Tostitos, chips, and salsa. Dig in. Let loose.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
The second, let's check into our Yamaha Motors keys to the game, brought to you by Yamaha Motors. When do you want the best?
Hi, I'm Paul Gate with the Washington Power. Today's keys to the games are going to be winning the face-offs, picking up those loose balls, and then burying the ball and putting it in the back of the net.
Hi, I'm Bob Watson with the Toronto Rock. The keys to the game tonight are slow down the transition of the Washington Power, and we got to play a strong defensive game and hopefully control and maintain or contain the gates.
Well, so far, Bob Watson, not a bad plan, except the Gates have the only goal in the game.
And that's the thing about the Gates. You could do a great job of them, and I think they did. To hold the Gates to one goal in a quarter is pretty good, but still, these guys have the ability to break it open anytime, so you can't rest on your laurels with those two guys.
Lane Manning. Veltman.
The Rock has done a great job on loose balls, out loose balling them 15-7. And that was one of the keys Paul Gates said was important for Washington. Rock has really been on it. A few times they've taken late shots and went in for the rebounds and got it back.
To the far side. Pass doesn't click for Chapman. He's still working on it, though. And Donovan gives him a big push. Controlled by the Power, and it's Dalep. Rock and Power about even with shots in the first period. And even in goals, 1-1. Veltman for Toronto, Paul Gate for the Power. And here comes the Power, trying to find a little room. Up high, the shot gets through.
Just squeezes through. I'm not sure if that was
Paul Gate again.
Paul or Gary Gate. Paul Gate. He just cuts around the top. Squeezes one through Anthony Cosmo. There you're going to see there's a pick on the other side. Paul's going to come whipping around the high screen there and just takes a shot. Beat Anthony Cosmo.
Just got through. Sim saw Gate charging through, and exactly what you said, Brian. You've got to watch the Gates. All of a sudden, the game changes complexion.
You can never, not to say they did, but you can never take a shift off against the Gates. That was just a nice screen. These guys, you can play a great game and they're still going to get a lot of goals.
Jimmy Veltman on a breakaway. Veltman, it scores!
Oh.
He's got a pair. What a pretty goal by the captain.
Same place he shot before. So far, a big night by two veteran players, Paul Gate, Jim Veltman. Who's talking about retirement here? There we go, right from the face-off. The Rock does a great job. Loose ball again. Jim Veltman, I guess he figured that was a good corner last time. Shot that top right corner.
Tied at 2.
Jim Veltman gets his second of the game, third of the season.
So within 11 seconds, they score as much as they did in the opening quarter. Dancing away, here's Garrigate. Loose ball picked up by the Rock. They start back, slowing the pace down. Glenn Clark, he'll wait for reinforcements. New unit comes out. Clark dishes off. Doyle up high, very gentle pass. Squire back in. What a save by Dalep. And again, Squire almost had him fooled.
Oh, he had trouble catching that ball for a second, misplayed it, but he recovered and got that trick shot away. I think Dalep has been hot, but Kim Squire's got his chances.
Both goaltenders have been busy early part of this game. Swinging high, Halliday. Folks digs in around Ladouceur, comes in off the post. Loose ball far side. Coyle fights for it, won by the Rock, back to Cosmo.
That was some great speed by Kip Folks. They're going one-on-one on the crease side. Rock's going to have to watch for that. He's got great footwork.
Livingston gives it to Veltman. Veltman takes a chop, but able to get the pass away without a problem. It comes loose, back to Veltman. To the corner, digging in. Oh, that goes wide and out of play. Power control. 12:20 left in the second quarter. Chris Standish from the University of Western Ontario, third-year kinesiology student, dishes off, gives it to Sims.
Whoa.
Sims gets the ball back again to the far side. Washington trying to move deep again. A little more physical. Up top, shot comes in, bouncing wide. Bob Horsey, and time runs out, back over the line. Rubel and Folks getting a little extra going. Second quarter is brought to you by Wendy's 2 new Bacon Swiss combos. Try one today and one tomorrow. Here's Kim Squire trying to get loose to get the pass. Here come the Rock the other side. Stroop couldn't get to it. Kim Squire's got it. Double teamed, and his shot goes into the corner. Picked up by Sims. Trying to deliver it back very quickly. The power coming back. Sims comes across the line, then turns away. He had one of the Gate boys breaking, but just couldn't do anything with it.
Notice the Washington defense is really trying to take Kim Squire out. They're covering him tight.
Sure, shot stopped by Cosmo. Loose ball, one. Here's Halliday to the far side. Pass doesn't work for Jenner. Shot comes in, and it will bounce across the line. Scooping it up is Dalep. Halliday. Across the line to the far side, spinning off. Wills in front, turning. The bounce shot there by Horsey goes wide. Millen comes out with it. Rock coming back. Toll at the line, just pitches it off to Veltman. He's got a pair.
Veltman seems to have a little bit of a jump in his step tonight.
Chapman up back again. That one off the end glass. Low bridge there. Doyle coming in, fakes a shot, tries to move around his man. That's Donovan working on him. Donovan held up by Veltman. Nice move by Veltman on Donovan. Over the shoulder, the shot doesn't work. It's knocked away. Boy, did Veltman ever take on a big wall there by trying to move Donovan out of the way. Doyle couldn't get a good shot away. Shearer His pass and the Power take it back into Toronto territory. Played 5 minutes of the second quarter. Into the corner. Power moving out, swing it up high. The bounce pass by Paulgate doesn't work. Gary picks up the ball, turns away from Coyle. His shot dribbles wide. It was low. He tried to keep a low bouncer. Sim dishes it ahead. Into the corner. Power go after the loose ball.
Now Washington just threw the ball away thinking the shot clock was over, but there was a reset. I'm not sure what happened on that one. But Glenn Clark and Pat Coyle did a great job on the
Look at Squire come in. Squire just did that by himself, and the Power looked like they were stalled. Fulks coming back. Digs in, cuts. The shot saved by Cosmo. Ball controlled by the Power. Fresh clock to work with. Up high. Trying to move in and around is Wills. Doesn't like Rubel being there. Shot comes in. Oh, it just gets over the shoulder. Eric Miller. And it just rolled over the shoulder. Check that. Del Halliday shot just rolled over the shoulder.
I think Del Halliday is going to get an outside shot here that I think Anthony Cosmo would like to have back. You see just a high outside shot. He got a piece of it. And it went in and off his shoulder. I'm going to see it again. Outside shot. That's a good shot. Cosmo just was lucky to get a piece of that.
His 7th goal of the season from Halliday. Wills and Jenner with the assist. Got a problem with the time clock, if you can hear by the buzz. Got a problem with the clock. They're going to work on that. We will come back with more from Landover. Washington leading 3-2.
Hi, I've just been having sex with a girl. But now I'm going to hang out with the guys and drink an X. It's all about balance.
But Jim, how do we know when to have sex and when to hang with the guys?
Dwayne, that is a question man has wrestled with since the dawn of time.
Gentlemen, I couldn't help overhearing. Hanging with the guys? Having sex? Don't you know there's more to life?
For 70 years, Canon has been at the forefront of photographic technology. Always advancing, always innovating. And everything we've done has made us what we are today. Leaders in digital photography. Canon Digital Photography. So go ahead, astonish yourself.
Well, they get everything solved. The timeout underway. And explanations all around, both sides using the timeout. Kilgore explaining everything to his team. That was Halliday getting the goal for Washington from the left side. Let's take a look at our Dodge matchup of the game, brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. And as you can imagine, there's a gate involved.
That's right. Anytime you play in the gates, it's going to be important how you match up against them. We got Patty Coyle here matched up against Gary Gate, but really the Rock likes to use more than one guy. So it's going to be Pat Coyle, Glenn Clark. They switch a lot, and the guys, there's a few guys are always going to be on that side of the gates.
We couldn't have that many people in the shot to show that matchup of the game. You would need the truck to bring them in.
And that's the key with these guys. You have to switch. You have to double team. Sometimes you have to send a third guy over there.
Rock with possession. Captain Jim Veltman, pair of goals. His pass, shot comes in, Dalep the save. Burke got a real good one away on the right side.
I think Burke hesitated a bit there. I don't think he realized he was such a good scoring opportunity.
Along the boards, they get the whistle. Toronto ball. And the middle shot turned very quickly. It was Colin Doyle, that off the end glass. Standish. His pass. Wills. Cuts in, doesn't like the look. Fakes it up high. And then the dish now to Shearer. Shearer. Dancing. Pass. Nowhere on the mark. Matty Coyle working on it. Howard come back. Standish comes in. And Shearer with the shot. It goes off the end glass.
See, Steve's toe was cheating up the floor as he saw Pat Coyle laying the defensive pressure. With a few seconds left in the shot clock, he was hoping for a quick turnover and a breakaway.
Moving in, the shot.
Whoa.
Lane Manning, that goes about 10 rows up.
And Dalep got a piece of that to knock it into the crowd.
Veltman controlling. Works to the outside. Manning digs in. Backs up. Coming in. Burke the shot. Saved by Dalep again. Manning with the rebound. Manning swings around. Back in behind and trying to lower the shoulder shot again. Kim Squire.
That's the one thing he's say about Kim. You never know where the shot is coming from. Doesn't do anything conventionally.
Squire turns. Little flip. Doyle up high. Back down low to try to get it to Millen. He's pushed into the crease. Stroop goes after it into the corner. Tries to chop away his man. Washington ball.
The one part of Washington's game that's been non-existent so far is the transition, and that might be a credit to the Toronto defense. Bob Watson said that's one of the keys to take away their transition game, and we haven't seen any fast breaks so far. In fact,
Sims.
Toronto's been able to kill about 10-15 seconds off the shot clock a few times.
Halliday up high, tries to work off. Halliday comes in, tried to dump one in. Loose ball, now controlled by Ladouceur, tried to push it ahead, couldn't get it. Time runs out.
Fortunately for Ladouceur and the Rock there, Ladouceur had trouble getting that loose ball. There was only a couple seconds left in the shot clock.
Loose ball, Burke goes digging after it. Good work by Burke to hold up the power. Standish. Back down the left side, using his speed. Standish comes in. He had a man low, didn't want to use him. Gives it to Sims. Dishes off. Jenner. Spin off. Canopy. Canopy comes in. His shot picks the corner. 4-2 Washington.
Canopy switched hands on this, and you know what Toronto hates about this is there was an unforced turnover. Toronto gave up the ball when they had it offensively, and it always seems to happen when you give up the ball unforced, team comes back and scores. Against a high-powered offense like these guys, you don't want to give them back. Watch him change hands here. Canopy, he's a right shooter, changes to the left. The old lacrosse players, we talked about that before, have the ability to do that. That's a great shot from the wrong side.
Wills and Jenner with the assist on Canabene's 6th of the season.
You can be sure the Rock will be talking about these unforced turnovers. That's only one, but it always seems to bite you when you do that.
5:29 left to play in the opening half. Washington now has opened up a 2-goal lead. Tied at 1 after the opening quarter. Jim Veltman controlling.
Got both Toronto goals so far. They need to get something out of Colin Doyle and Kim Squire.
Squire's had some great opportunities, but Dalep has held him up. Here's Squire again. To the far side, the pass was picked off by Donovan.
He telegraphed that pass. I'm not sure where he was trying to put it, but he didn't hide his intentions very well.
It's a crossing pass to the corner, picked off neatly by Donovan. Bill Halliday. Quick pass away. Power trying to turn in. Up high again, Canopy. Oh, fakes comes in.
Oh, another nice one.
Cosmo. What a nice roll move as he came off Carter Livingston. And here's a chance now. Rock busting in, off the crossbar, Gibson.
Similar to earlier on in the game, Gibson gets the break with Veltman coming up behind. Off the crossbar.
4:37 left in the second quarter. Look at the hit here by Coyle, set up an opportunity. Gibson found a little iron. Washington leads by 2 on Sportsnet.
Can anybody find me somebody to love? Every day of my life, I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my hard-earned pay all on my own. Somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love?
Mr. Fletcher, Mr. Smith, heads it's Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss, tails it's Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger. Call in the air.
Tails. Heads. No, heads. No, I mean tails.
Can't decide between Wendy's delicious new Chicken Bacon Swiss and Wendy's delicious new Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger? Each topped with hickory smoked bacon and processed Swiss? Try them both. It's win-win.
Hey, Fry Man, over here.
Here you go. For girls and boys, it's a fact. In every Wendy's Kids meal, Grinch toys are back.
It's time to bust out.
X-Cross.
Carve an egg.
Caramel PS.
And catch some air.
Half-Life.
Canada's best men and women take on the world in a run-up to the Olympics. Watch 5th World Cup snowboarding, Monday at 7.
Let's get a little interactive, shall we, with one of the NLL stars in our Motorola Ask the Pro feature, brought to you by Motorola. Intelligence everywhere. Our question comes from Steve Watt of Calgary, Alberta, who said to Jim Veltman, you've been one of the greatest players in indoor history and still are, but how long will you continue to play in the NLL? Jim Veltman?
What a flattering question. I'll say what I said a couple years ago, 2 more years.
That was completely vague and very well done.
That's right. Why would he even consider retiring? He got 2 goals. He's got 2 goals so far tonight. One of the best players on the floor. And that was a good question, and it's true. He's one of the best players in the history of the game.
And he just continues to roll. He might be like the ever-ready bunny of the NLL. Sims comes in. Oh, what a save by Cosmo. Kenny Millen. Across the line. Manning. Now Millen again. Clark came in to try to help offensively. Now he'll back off. New unit coming in. Colin Doyle. Swings in. Doyle, little room. Saved by Dalep. Doyle there for the loose ball. Toronto still controlling. Stroop comes in. His shot just misses the upper corner. Tim Squire. Doyle in front. Saved by Dalep off Stroop. Power control. They lead by 2 with 3.5 left in the half. Sims. Gate cuts it off, tries to work up high. Gary Gate, little trouble controlling. Gate comes in, he bounces one in. Just when you think he's lost control, picks it up and fires it by. Washington leads 5-2.
Yeah, to this point they had held Gary Gate to 1 assist. You know you're doing a great job, but this guy, watch him here. He's got good coverage on him. Doesn't seem to be getting anything, but he's got such a great shot. He can turn what looks in not a good offensive situation to a great goal. He's got great skills. All over him, and he gets that shot away with a lot behind it. We saw Canopy switch hands earlier on, and that's what the Gates can do. They can shoot from any area of the body with a lot of power.
Well, you know that Gary Gate has the power. He had a 9-goal output in a game against New Jersey earlier this season.
The record for most goals in a game in this league is 10, shared by 2 guys, Paul and Gary Gate.
It's a pretty good record book.
And I'll tell you, Gary Gate got his 10 against the Toronto Rock, the stingiest defensive team in this league.
Anthony Cosmo to Glenn Clark. Clark will be our feature coming up in the Mountain Dew halftime. Manning dishes it off in the corner.
The Rock would really like to get a goal before this half ends.
Veltman's got 2. A bouncer. Dalep makes the save. Almost had the hat trick. Rock has not scored since the 109 mark of the second quarter. Horsey dumps it down low. Jenner switches off. Halliday tries to spin off. Halliday's bouncer stopped by Cosmo. Loose ball. Gibson's trying to get to it. It's possession Toronto. Livingston. Started it back. Rock come in. Shot off the crossbar. Scores.
I didn't even see that go in.
That went off the crossbar down, and the Rock get one late in the quarter, and it is Colin Doyle.
And the Rock really needed that because they don't want to go to the dressing room after a 3-goal run by Washington. They'll press hard to get another one here. Colin Doyle gets open as he cuts through the center. Look at him waving that stick. Let's see here. And once again, in and out so fast, I couldn't see it. But it was a goal. It's 10th of the year. It's a big one. And the Rock, you watch, they get a chance. They'll call a timeout and try to go for one more late in this half.
That stopped a 3-goal roll by the Power. It's tied at 2, and Washington started to get things going. Now this goal.
There's the penalty coming. It's a cheapie.
Power will try to get something going with the extra attacker. Canabine up high. A little over the shoulder action. Ball gate to Gary. Yes! Washington makes it 6-3.
And this is with the goalie pulled, extra man on the floor. Gary Gate takes a nice outside shot. They kept him quiet for a long while. He scores his 2nd goal in a row for Washington. The Rock was going to get a penalty there. Ladouceur had knocked the stick out of Gary Gate's hands, and the ref had called. I thought it was a cheapie. Should be holding on to your stick. And with the extra man on the floor, he gets a shot. Here you're going to see what the penalty was on the top left of your screen. I think Ladouceur is coming from the bench here, and he gives a little hack on the stick there. I think that's a cheapie. That's a real cheapie.
And Ladouceur might have got a little extra for some chatter afterwards. It now, though, is a Power 6-3 lead.
And, you know, it's not like he grabbed with his hands.
Molson Export National Lacrosse is brought to you in part by Speedy Auto Service. It's Speedy or Somebody, by Doritos, the loudest crunch, and by Motorola, intelligence everywhere. Landover, Maryland, with Jackie Delaney and Brian Shanahan. I'm Rob Folds. Are a minute away from halftime, and the Power leading the Toronto Rock 6-3. The Gates, they have been definitely involved in the scoring. Paul Gates got 2, Gary Gates got 2. And they start back down the floor. Final minute left, loose ball, controlled by the Power. They flip it up, Veltman's got it. Veltman's pass knocked down.
Turnovers all over the place.
Ball squirts loose. John Gallant. To the left side. Reese. Quick pass. And the Power setting up. Trying to spin off is Gary Gate.
Nice check by Pat Coyle. Oh, that's a terrible call. That was a beautiful check by Pat Coyle to come over top Gary Gate. Now they pull their goalie, Washington, with less than 30 seconds left.
Scored last time when they pulled the goalie. Gate over the shoulder. Little give and go. Paul Gate up high. Halliday. Here's Gary Gate. Digs in. Cosmo the save. And sticks come up as the quarter ends.
Oh, right in the net there. Holy cow, I don't know who got in there, but there's a Washington player in that heap on top of Cosmo.
Reese is the last man up. Beltman was in there as Cosmo made a brilliant save at the end of the quarter and the end of the half. Beltman and Reese both on top.
We're going to see how it starts. Now, I saw a Rock player go in to protect the rebound. Okay, yeah, and there's a Washington guy behind him. Okay, there's an extra shot here.
Beltman and Reese wouldn't let go of Beltman's stick. The second quarter was brought to you by Wendy's. 2 new bacon Swiss combos. Try one today and one tomorrow. We got a little extra as Glenn Clark is pointing to some of the fans as they walk to the dressing room. Woohoo! Washington leads 6-3 at half.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
You want to knock over a casino? 3 casinos?
150 million without breaking a sweat. You're either in or you're out. Right now. You gotta be nuts.
Exactly.
It'd be nice working with proper villains again.
Scared? You suicidal? Someone called for a doctor?
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief. Don't you check the batteries?
Ocean's 11.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
Dave Thomas has a dilemma. How to decide which sandwich to introduce, the chicken bacon Swiss or the bacon Swiss cheeseburger. Well, he's going to do it scientifically.
Heads is chicken, tails is the cheeseburger.
Both are topped with hickory smoked bacon and processed Swiss. One's on a quarter pound of fresh beef, the other's on Wendy's whole seasoned chicken breast filet. Introducing both. Wendy's new bacon Swiss cheeseburger and chicken bacon Swiss.
For girls and boys, it's a fact. In every Wendy's kids meal, Grinch toys are back.
It orders pizza. It has an FM stereo so you can listen to music while waiting for pizza. It two-ways friends to come over for pizza. It has voice-activated dialing so you can order more pizza.
Pizza.
Without putting down your pizza. The Motorola V-Dot 120. Enjoy it with pizza.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Toth here in the Sports Central Newsroom. We hope you're enjoying the lacrosse game. After the lacrosse game, we'll get you some highlights of Canada's other national game. That would be the great game of ice hockey, and what a great day for Canada. All 6 teams on the ice playing against each other, including the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators. First period, Leafs dump it in. Robert Reichel says, I will accept that free gift. Thank you very much. His 10th of the year, and it was 1-0 for the Leafs after 1. Fast forward, second period, Send shorthanded, but Mike Fisher, the Fisher King, with the shorthanded goal, his 10th of the year, to tie proceedings at 1 apiece. Leafs trying to get it right on the power play, and they do. Reichel to Domi to Tucker, tic-tac-toe for the big dough, and it was 2-1 for the Buds. And then once again, the Leafs on the power play. McCabe with a point shot. Off the boards, and look at the stick control of Alexander McGillney. Alexander the Great, give me a break. 3-1 to the Leafs, and that's the way this game ends. Coming up on Sports Central Primetime, we have all the tasty morsels for your viewing pleasure.
In Landover, Maryland, the Washington Power leading the Toronto Rock by a score of 6-3 at halftime. Time now for the Mountain Dew halftime report, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do. Glenn Clark is an important part of the Toronto Rock team. Not only is he a defensive force, but he has to chip in offensively.
Yeah, he's really turned into a good offensive threat, breaking out of his own end. Him and Steve Toll have got great speed. They're great on loose balls. They want the defense first, but they love the transition and the finish that he's provided them.
So Glenn Clark is a teacher, and he is number 11. He is our hotjobs.ca player profile, brought to you by hotjobs.ca. Log on today and take control of your destiny. Hometown of Toronto, he went to the U of T. He's a high school teacher. They call him the Professor. He was a member of the Varsity Blues hockey team. Let's get to know a little better. Number 11, Glenn Clark of the Toronto Rock. Go, Mr.
He was a friend of mine that I played hockey with, and I originally played soccer in the summertime. And he said, you know, I'm playing lacrosse, and I grew up in Pickering. And they had a lacrosse club in Ajax, so he said, you know, why don't you come out and play? And I was about 8 years old, so I went out and played. And the first summer I played both, and then I decided I liked that game better. Hopefully the markets that we've expanded to will be able to accept it and grow and that type of thing. But I mean, as far as players, there's a lot of good players out there, and we saw that with Vancouver. There was good players not playing in the league for different reasons, and I think there's enough talent to fill the teams. Hopefully the markets that we're in will be successful and they can grow like we've grown here. That was a shock to us. We weren't expecting that. We planned to have Bully back, and we lost Craig Gelsvik as well. You know, it's not one person, it's a team scheme as far as how defense goes, and we've got guys that are stepping up and are playing well, but it's a huge loss. And you know, he was one of those guys that may not have been very flashy, but when you play with him, you understand how valuable he is. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, so yeah, we as a team, we need to scheme and be ready to play better. So I think any championship that you win at a high level, you know, there's just something different about it. You know, when you win something, it's just a feeling. You're a champion, and that never goes away. You can't take that away. So, I mean, they're all good and they're all great, and to win them at a major level is just rewarding, no matter where it is.
Dressing room. I'm here live with Glenn Clark. Glenn, they call you the Professor. You're a teacher. Give us a grade on tonight's game so far.
You know what? It's we're not doing a bad job. We're doing things we want to do defensively and offensively. I mean, lacrosse is a funny game. They're getting some bounces right now. They're getting some shots from the outside, but we're pretty happy with what we're doing.
I heard their head coach say on their bench that they needed to be a little more aggressive, that you guys didn't like taking the physical game. What do you have to say to that?
I think that he's just talking to his players that way. I mean, we've proven for a lot of years that we know how to play that game and we play it well, so I'm not worried about that.
Okay, and how much of a distraction was the Christmas break? Is it hard getting back into this game now? You've had another long layover and the distraction of friends, family, and New Year's. Is that a factor here tonight?
I don't know if it's a factor. I mean, it's always difficult. It's, you know, it takes you a few shifts to get into it, but we're well rested and we worked hard through the break. So we don't have any excuses. I mean, we're ready. We're playing well. I think we're doing things we want to do, and we'll continue to do them, and it'll turn around.
Okay, good luck the rest of the game, and we'll be back with more of the Mountain Dew halftime report after this.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
For 70 years, Canon has been at the forefront of photographic technology. Always advancing, always innovating. And everything we've done has made us what we are today. Leaders in digital photography. Canon Digital Photography. So go ahead, astonish yourself.
Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, here you'll find your dream.
Yamaha's ultimate ATV sale. 7.9% financing and a whole lot more. See dealer for details.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
Here at halftime in Landover, Maryland, the score of the Washington Power is 6, the Toronto Rock 3. Let's take a look back to the first half for our Canon Power's shot of the half, brought to you by Canon, leaders in digital photography. Astonish yourself. And number 6, Paul Canabine is the focus.
And that's a great shot. He's a right shooter. Switch to his left side. You're going to see it again. He winds up in the right. The defense gets ready to play that. Catches you off guard when you switch. Not too many players can do that and get a shot like he did.
That is the Cannon Power shot of the game. We'll come back with more action for Maryland. Toronto needs to get something going in the second half. This is Molson Export National Lacrosse on Rogers Sportsnet.
Hey.
The all-new FC1 from Yamaha.
Excellent. You seen the guy in the mailroom?
Talk about buns o' steel.
Come to mama, big boy.
Tostitos, chips, and salsa. Dig in. Let loose.
The Mountain Dew halftime report is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. Toronto with the edge in shots.
Yeah, you really wouldn't know they were losing the game 6-3 because they've done all right statistically.
Power play, face-offs. It's still only one power play to work on. They will have a power play when they come back for the second half. Right now, Washington Power has had a little too much gate. 2 goals by Gary, 2 by Paul. They lead Washington 6-3. Lead Toronto 6-3.
You want to knock over a casino? 3 casinos?
150 million without breaking a sweat. You're either in or you're out. Right now.
You gotta be nuts.
Exactly.
It'd be nice working with proper villains again.
Scared? You suicidal? Someone called for a doctor?
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief. Don't you check the batteries?
Ocean's 11.
The third quarter is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Anthony Cosmo leads the Toronto Rock back onto the floor. The Washington Power lead the Rock by a score of 6-3 after the opening half. Coming up, January 9th, it is NHL game night on Sportsnet. The Vancouver Canucks visiting the Detroit Red Wings, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Please, Brian Shanahan, write that time down.
I like that team, Detroit.
Yeah, I betcha. Sports Central with Campbell and Toad come up immediately following lacrosse tonight on Rogers Sportsnet. They'll keep you informed on a busy day in sports. Information on Mike Weir. They'll have the NHL story. And Jackie Delaney right now is with the head coach of the Washington Power. Jackie?
Thanks, Rob. That's right. I am here with Coach Darius Kilgore. Coach, tell us quickly, what are you thinking of this game so far? What are your impressions of the Toronto Rock so far?
Well, it's going pretty much the way I figured it. Close, tight game. They're getting chances. I think Devan Dalep playing a great game so far. I don't think we hit our stride yet, but hopefully in the second half we get our legs under us and hopefully pull away or at least stay ahead of them.
Okay, thanks for your time and good luck in this second half. That's the Molson Export Bench Report.
Thank you, Jackie D. And there's the author of one of the goals, Paul Cantabine.
Coach Darius Kilgore was a great player in this league himself. He'd probably still be playing. He's had a degenerative hip problem that forced him out early, but he's one of the all-time leading scorers in this league and one of the all-time penalty minutes.
Likes to mix it up if need be, and busting in very quickly. The power save by Cosmo. Cantabine trying to get a little more. And he loses possession. This is a Toronto power play. Reese is in the penalty box for that extracurricular work on Anthony Cosmo to finish up the second quarter. Toronto power play. Veltman, he's got 2 goals, dumping it in. Stroop couldn't put it away.
Nice pass by Veltman. Toronto's got to finish on those. So far, they've had no luck around the net.
Donovan tries to spin off Gibson. Now bounces off Coyle. Donovan dumps it off. Gary Gates.
I'll bet you the Gates will go for the goals on the shorthanded situation.
Paul Gate.
Saw Toronto was content to stand back and kill it. Gates don't play that way.
Gary Gate. Over the shoulder shot off the knee pad of Anthony Cosmo.
Having said that, they just proved me wrong. Usually when you see guys of their offensive abilities on the floor, you know they're going to be going for the net. And I'm sure they will the next time.
Veltman waits, takes 2 shots. Veltman dumps it in.
Oh, he was looking for Stroop on that play. They've been giving Stroop some room inside. Great control by Canabine with a one-handed pass.
Dished it off, and here come the Power trying to spin around as Gallant. He loses it, but goes after the loose ball. 20 seconds left in the penalty to Reese. Brothers, and whoa, a between the legs pass almost turned into a great scoring opportunity. Cosmo was sharp against Matt Shearer.
Only 5 seconds left on the power play. They'll try to get one more shot, one more play.
Penalty is over. Comes back out. Beltman shot. Manning shot goes off a body. Beltman over the shoulder. Stroop shot saved by Dalep. Dalep has been awfully strong this game. Coming back, busting in the Power. Trying to come around. Nobody on the Rock able to pick up Fulks.
He's got great speed, Kip Fulks. The Rock's got to get their scoring touch going.
Colin Doyle. Dishes off. Trying to work go. Ball picked up by Steve Toll. Toll on the break. Coming in was Veltman, and he knocks down Dalep and pushes the net back. Washington ball. Toll is looking for the man right up the middle.
Yep, he gets the shot in, and then Toronto has not been able to score on their chances. They've had plenty of them.
Gary Gates shot. Cosmo saw it all the way.
Cosmo really came out and challenged that shot. No problem for him there.
Rock, Toll, trying to work the give and go. Long pass. Kim Squire dancing in. Squire to Veltman. Up high to Manning. Manning dishes low, coming in. Squire scores!
That's what the Rock needed, a little bit of finish here. Kim Squire comes around. This is similar to the goal we saw by Paul Gate earlier. Kim Squire is going to come around the top of the screen there and just cuts inside, finishes it off. There you see the pass. Nice shot, Kim Squire. They've been getting the chances. That's about his fifth shot inside. He's got it in. They've got to get those from Kim Squire, Colin Doyle, Dan Stroop. They really depend on these guys for the offense.
And they come right back. Manning, his shot goes off the end glass.
And that's another guy they'd like to see more goals from. Blaine Manning, he's got 1 goal, 9 assists though, but I've heard he's been a slow starter traditionally. John Tavares played with him in the summer in Victoria. Said it was the same way out west. He started slow, but he got hot as the season went along. I'm sure the Rock likes to hear that because they'd like to see him putting in some.
Wills, his pass, Power trying to work inside. Still kept outside by the Rock. Coyle doing a job now on Canabine. Canabine tries to spin off.
Oh, good
shot
defense.
Held up by Coyle, and they get a little extra.
And Pat Coyle is complaining to the ref. The Canabine was holding him, and his point is, if he had held Canabine down, Pat would have got a penalty. But what happens when the offensive guy holds him?
Trying to come in again was Kim Squire on a lead pass, high bouncing ball, and into the penalty box. Toronto possession. 10-16 left in the third quarter. Rock trail by 2. Working in low, and it's saved by Dalep on Doyle. Loose ball to the far side. Stroop goes after. He's got to get to it. Here comes Squire. He tries to work into the side. Saved by Dalep. Loose ball in the crease. Dalep goes after it.
Let's go, reset. Free hand down. Free hand down.
Great steal.
In front, Toll scores!
Fantastic work by Kim Squire in the corner here. Toronto gets the momentum back, scoring 2 straight goals. Steve Toll gets it, but it's a big loose ball. Watch this steal by Kim Squire. The stick check knocks it loose. Doyle, Toll gets the finish there. Great, important goal for the Rock. 8th goal of the season for Steve Toll, who's having a career season.
And now it's just a 1-goal game. The Power and the Rock. Rock trailing Washington, and they come right back. Here's a chance to tie it up.
And
they score! That's Blaine Manning doing the job, and maybe this is the awakening of the Western Giant.
Oh, 3 goals quickly for the Rock. Going to see from the face-off the importance of loose balls, winning these face-offs. And here, I think that Jim Beltman gets that ball. Up the floor. Manning, 2 quick passes, and Manning finishes off as he lands in the crease. That was great effort. Beltman showing his value again, getting a loose ball.
Manning's 2nd goal of the season. 7 seconds after the Toll goal. Glenn Clark waits. Coyle across the floor. Back in comes Doyle. Doyle, Chapman. Doyle comes across the bouncer. Dalep makes a save. Loose ball. Coming in now. Coyle in front, tried to feed the pass. It was knocked away. Action now with Toronto. They're trying to build on this momentum. They've scored 3 to begin this quarter. Right in front, waiting. Saved by Dalep. Coyle tries to steal it to Doyle. Doyle working in the corner. 2 men in the corner. Loose ball. Controlled by Sims. And it's Washington possession.
Gee, the Rock is really going for those loose balls.
Here comes Paul Gay. His shot deflected. Gibson won by the Power. Horsey comes around, his shot bounces up and into the crowd. 8:39 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Tied at 6. Squire, Toll, and Manning doing the scoring.
And the Rock is really awoken.
Well, you know for a fact that Les Bartley is going to be vocal about shortcomings. And I imagine at half he decided to get his team fired up.
Well, it seems to have worked.
Molson Export National Lacrosse is brought to you in part by Speedy Auto Service. It's speedier as somebody. By Doritos, the loudest crunch. And by Motorola, intelligence everywhere.
Watch these saves by Dalep. As a great loose ball and the pass. Colin Doyle, nice save to Dalep. Stroop gets a rebound, another save off the shoulder. And Washington was really caught flat-footed that shift. And maybe that's the best way to cover the gates, is keep it in the other end.
And you can ask the pro with our Motorola Ask the Pro question. You can log on to sportsnet.ca, submit your question. Next time, it will be Ben Prepchuk, who's got 23 goals this season, 3rd in the NLL. If you've got a question for Ben, why don't you log on and be part of the Motorola Ask the Pro feature. Loose ball, 6-6 in the 2nd half. There's Kilgore trying to get his team back into this game.
Such a game of momentum, this game is across, and Toronto's got it right now.
Here's Manning, he scores!
Oh, there's the scoring touch we've heard about. They expect great things from Manning. He's been quiet on the goal-scoring front so far this year with just 1 goal. Now he gets 2 in a row, but watch the touch that he shows around the net here on what looks like a bad angle. Doyle is going to make the pass as he cuts. Not much of an angle, but watch how he reaches over to change his angle at the last second. Here you're going to see it again. That's what goal scorers can do. Just before they shoot, they manage to change the angle a little bit. Throws out the goalie. Great goal by Manning.
His 2nd straight. 4 goals in 3 minutes and 2 seconds by the Rock, and they now lead the game 7-6. Gary Gate, captain, to his brother Paul. Paul turned around, penalty coming up. It's going to Gibson for getting the stick up a little too high on Paul Gate. Not the right thing to happen to the Rock right now.
19.
Nope,
19.
stopped Washington's only power play so far, but you don't want to give them too many chances. When you're playing a team that's 85%, you want to stay on the box. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's a free hand. You got to be careful. The referees are calling the holding a lot more. They will not let the gate shoot. If they're going to get burned on the power play, it's going to come from the crease.
Power play for the Power. They bounce one high and into the crowd.
Now the Rock doesn't like that. They say it went off the Rock sick. I think the Rock never touched the ball on that one.
Jenner over the shoulder. Controlled. Toronto Rock, Coyle already into it with Gary Gate. Loose ball at the feet. Veltman tried to kick it. He loses the helmet. And Anthony Cosmo will do it himself.
Oh, great work by Cosmo. It's going to give him a 2-on-1.
Clark with a 2-on-1. Little speed by Toll. The bouncer till he makes the save.
And that could have been too many men on the floor for Washington. They took a risk on that change to take away the 2-on-1, but they didn't get caught on it.
Shot scores! Paul Gate with the trick, and it's tied at 7. Power play goal.
Yeah, you don't want to give these guys power plays. I said earlier, they're not going to let these guys shoot. This wasn't a great spot to be shooting from, and you see Pat Coyle trying to get out on him, but just a little bit too late. But most guys aren't going to score from there on that angle, but you just can't let the Gates shoot.
19, Paul Gate with an assist to number 22, Derek Gate. Let's go, Ryan, hold it. Get the hands out of there, let's go. Right, let's go.
Tied at 7 in the third quarter. 7 minutes to play, and 7's growing wild.
Hey.
Wills on a dance around the defender. Doesn't work. Swinging around now. Cantabine couldn't find the room. Comes up high. Now he hits the other direction. Time running out. The shot goes high. Loose ball controlled by the Power. They try to dump it in. Very close as time ran out. Jeff Wills all by himself.
Canabine's been dangerous with the switching hands. That's the thing about switching hands. The defender will try to cover a guy a little bit more on the stick side, but when he shoots both ways, you don't know what to do.
Doyle dumps it low to Stroop in the corner. Stroop up high to try to hit Doyle, who's busting in, and he's knocked down. And Toronto maintains possession.
Yep. Hugh Donovan's playing a little bit too aggressive on that one. A lot of chatter between those guys on the floor.
Rock coming in. Squire moves in. Shot scores!
Oh my God, I can't believe that one.
Squire now with a pair, both of them coming in this quarter.
I'll tell you, I thought he had blown it. He had a little bit of a 2-on-1 that came off the pick and roll. He decided not to pass to Colin Doyle. I thought he had no angle on this, and he really didn't. But he managed to make the leap, open his legs. Oh, he shot it around him, not between the legs.
Found just enough room.
I was sure he had gone too far.
Veltman providing some pressure, and now he heads off. So too. Power, little change here. Gary Gate trying to roll off his man. His pass, long shot. Oh, just grazed off. Cosmo may have got a piece of it. And now we've got Ladouceur with a little push going. Trying to keep everybody well outside. 5:28 left to play in the third quarter. Rock leading by 1. Here's Gary Gate, spin. Fakes the dish over the shoulder. Oh, he whipped Glenn Clark all the way in. Almost picked the corner. Long lead pass. Rock controlling. A little speed now. Steve Toll to the outside. The pass coming in now. Stroop shoots it wide. Paul Gate after the ball. He loses it. Controlled and whistled down. A little too aggressive, they're saying, with the chop. Power ball. Less than 5 to play in the third quarter. Toronto's offense has Woken up. 2 by Squire, 2 by Manning. 1 by Stevie Toll, and the Rock in the lead. The shot bounces wide. Loose ball control by the Power again. Trying to find Jenner on the near side. He's knocked out. Swept back to Cosmo. Good move by Ladouceur.
That was good defense, and you know, when you got the Gates off the floor for one of their brief rests, you want to make sure that you stop them.
Whoa. Almost a giveaway to Shearer. Doyle. On the switch to the other side, Doyle controlling. Standish works and steals the ball. There's a penalty coming up to the Power. We'll see the Toronto Power play. Toronto a little more involved, a little more excited here in the second half. They lead by a goal.
Can anybody find me somebody to love? Every day of my life I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day I take home my hard-earned pay all on my own. Somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
It orders pizza. It has an FM stereo so you can listen to music while waiting for pizza. It two-ways friends to come over for pizza. It has voice-activated dialing so you can order more pizza.
Pizza.
Without putting down your pizza. The Motorola V.120. Enjoy it with pizza.
Now playing a continuing saga starring a select group of elite athletes competing for one goal: victory. Molson Canadian Senators Hockey, Monday, 7.
Toronto leads Washington by 1. Paul Canabene's in the penalty box for holding, and Jackie Delaney's in the Washington bench. Jackie?
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Paul Gate. Paul, you and your brother have combined for 5 goals here tonight. But speaking of 5, the Toronto Rock have outscored you here in the third quarter, 5-1. What's up with the momentum shift?
They're getting a lot of second chances. They're hustling us in their offensive end. We need to pick up the loose balls. It's key to the game.
Good luck the rest of the game. That's another Molson Export bench report.
Thank you, JD. And look at this, an opportunity by one of the Gates.
When he wants to go to the net, it doesn't matter whether he's got 1 or 2 hands on the stick. He's going to go to the net hard and get that shot away. And that's Glenn Clark, one of the best defenders in the league, covering him. With that size, he just pushes him towards the net.
Backed him all the way in, almost able to pick the corner. 4 minutes left to play, third quarter. Rock move in, Stroop, shot. That may have gone off the crossbar. I think Dalep got any of it. Here's Stroop, can't get to the loose ball. Manning goes after it, pushes it forward. Manning ridden in by Donovan. Oh, and a little extra by Donovan.
You got 2.
And he got 2 for it, too.
We're going to have 2 men in the box for the Power. Donovan got a little carried away.
Yeah, it looks like it's not over yet.
He's got 10.
10. That's Reese who came in too. So Donovan came in hard.
He's got 2 and 10.
And then Reese went in after it.
Yeah, I think it was actually Reese got the original 2. And the 10, of course. But he hit Squires hard. I'm sure they've been told to take out Squire whenever you can. Here you're going to say, Manning going for the ball. Kim is just standing back. Now he's not even touching this ball. That's a cheap shot for sure. He deserved it.
There's Donovan. That's Donovan. Oh, there's Reese's shot right there as Manning was getting up. It happened after Donovan rode him into the board.
Oh, I think they actually called the hit on Kim Squire. He hit Squire, who was nowhere near the ball.
2 minutes. So 2 for roughing and a 10 misconduct, and Strip makes them pay. Oh, they call it off. He says he was in the crease.
Well, something's happening here. Referee has gone to talk to Terrace Kilgore, coach of Washington. Let's see this chance by Dan Stroop, who hasn't had any luck around the net yet.
Oh, it looked like it was in the net before he stepped in.
That's a homer call. That's a call for the hometown crowd. Watch his feet.
He's on the line.
It hasn't touched. He's in the air there.
Oh, I think that's tight. That's a tight. That looks like it should have been a goal.
It's been a goal every game I've seen so far this league.
Power controlling 5-on-3 Toronto power play. Ball gate to the top side. Sim. Folks is also the third man.
Only 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Toronto's just going to make sure he doesn't get a scoring opportunity.
He waited for the last possible moment.
5-on-3 for Toronto here. They have to score a goal. You've got to take advantage of 5-on-3 opportunities.
Coming back, Manning. Plenty of time to set up to the side. It is knocked down by Donovan. He takes his man hard into the corner. Rock come out again. Manning, shot saved by Dalep. Loose ball, picked up by Squire. Comes in, opts to shoot, bouncer off the end glass.
Dalep has been hot.
Squire, Manning to the side to Stroop, scores!
No mistake this time and no call in the crease. Although Washington is still complaining. They're not going to get any favors from the referees on this one. You're going to see the ball move around here, and with Stroop is going to get the finish. Instead of going the far side, he's going to go fake far back short. Being a little bit careful about where his feet are. Let's watch his feet on this one. No, oh, yeah,
he had his toe on the line again.
I think he was more in the crease there than he was on the non-goal.
From the draw, won by Folks.
And the Rock still has a power play. 40 seconds left in the power play. They'd love to get.
Oh, short-handed goal! Bill Halliday!
Huge goal. Rock had just gone on a 6-1 run, was on a power play. With a 2-goal lead, now we're back down to a 1-goal game. There you're going to see, just giving too much room, gets a nice shot. Del Holiday gets his 2nd goal of the game from Victoria, British Columbia.
Halliday owns a winery in Naramata, BC, the Elephant Island Winery. Score 1 for the winemaker. And now he's narrowed the gap to 1.
The Rock still has a short power play.
Manning up top. Doyle shot off the end boards. Canabine picks it up. Canabine starts back. Long lead pass. Not able to handle it was Gary Gate.
And that was probably a good thing for the Rock because he would have been going down one-on-one, and I put the odds in his favor against any defender.
Ball Gate low in the corner. Gary comes in, tries to move around. This time Ladouceur is on him. The shot comes in, saved by Cosmo. Picked up by Stroop. Coyle. Pass, Toll. Penalties are over. All even now. In now, Chapman, a little trouble. Caught on the turf, works it down low, coming in. Trying to get the shot away, saved by Dalep again. Against Kenny Millen. Power starting back. Standard, dished it off very quickly to Paul Gate. Ball on the switch, spins off. Pressure to the far side, back up top. Power now trying to work in against Gibson. Giving a little help there. That's Canabine. He loses it. Ball picked up again by the Power. Double team. Crowd wants a penalty. Not going to get it. And time runs out. Little extra action. Rubel is in the middle of it. So too is Coyle and Canabine.
Get up. Peter, let's go. Get up, we're going.
But you're right, Rob, when you say a little help.
Let's go, Peter.
The Rock is coming, giving some help. Every time somebody tries to go one-on-one, you get somebody come over. And that's the way you got to play defense. It's been an aggressive game.
Final minute of the third quarter. 6-2. Toronto's outscored the Power. 9-8. Doyle Moves in, the shot, Dalep makes the save, just made it. He looked like he was leaning the wrong direction.
And that was a great save. Whether it hit him or it was a save, it didn't go in. They're pulling the goalie.
Folks waits while the Power gets set up. But again, they're very slow getting into the offensive zone.
Yeah, and they've decided not to pull the goalie. He's standing by the bench.
Shot comes in, whistles wide by Gary Gate. 6 seconds left. Trying to get to the ball. Nice move by Clark to hold off Gate, and time runs out in the third quarter. A quarter that belonged entirely to the Toronto Rock. Third quarter was brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. When we come back, the final quarter awaits, and the Rock leads the Power 9-8. Molson Export National Lacrosse on Sportsnet.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
His Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy, this generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Can anybody find me somebody to love? Every day of my life, I work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my hard-earned pay all on my own. Somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
His Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy, this generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Excellent. You seen the guy in the mailroom?
Talk about buns o' steel. Come to mama, big boy.
Tostitos, chips, and salsa. Dig in. Let loose.
Optimism is your weapon, and we're in your corner. With thousands of companies looking to hire and new jobs daily.
Welcome back to Molson Export National Lacrosse. I'm here with Toronto Rock captain Jim Veltman. Jim, couple of goals for you tonight. The team's gone up 6-2 here in the third quarter, but it's still a close game, 9-8. What can we expect the rest of the way?
You know, we're just thinking about winning the quarter, and that'll give us the game. That's what we're hoping for. These guys aren't easy to play in their home turf, so that's what we want right now.
Thanks a lot for your time. Good luck the rest of the way. That's another Molson Export Bench Report.
Thank you, Jackie Delaney, and welcome back to Landover, Maryland, the home of the Washington Power. A lot of rumor floating around over the Power the last couple of weeks and whether or not they will actually stay in this area. You've got a very good team, entertaining team to watch, and lots of lacrosse fans in this area.
Yeah, they haven't got the support they'd hoped for. But when you've got a guy like Gary Gate and Paul Gate playing for, I can't understand. That was a fortunate turnover for the Rock.
Horsey backed up, kind of lost his footing on the turf, and the Rock take control. Paul Gate playing in his final National Lacrosse League season. He had problems with his ankle. Decided this would be a good time to wrap it up. Lead pass by Squire. Didn't click with Manning. Colin Doyle lost his stick.
Doyle's taking a beating in front of the net.
Stroop in the corner over his shoulder. Shot comes in. Knocked down by the power. Toll just tried to rifle it. Look at Doyle limping off.
And the worst part about it is he's playing offense. He's probably not going to get a chance to give it back.
Power trail by a goal. Wind up, shot goes wide. Trying to work it back inside again with Shearer. Shearer picks up the ball again. He'll decide to
off
shoot.
The pipe.
Cosmo had that side cut down. Here's Canopy. He's been dangerous tonight. Up high, the shot by Halliday.
Nice block by Dan Ladouceur.
Wills turning, got a shot away, it's bouncing. Coyle loses it in the corner. Controlled by the power. They'll try to set something up again. They've got a fresh block. Shot comes in, they score! Game tied. How did that sneak through?
That's Holiday again. He's got the good outside shot. He's got a hat trick today. Scoring his second in a row. 9th goal of the season. This was a good offensive sequence for Washington. Without the Gates on the floor, they managed to get the ball back a few times, and Holiday just drills that outside shot. That's going to hurt Toronto's morale a little bit when you've got the Gates resting on the bench and they still manage to score.
.139 of the fourth quarter, and it's tied at 9. Halliday getting the equalizer. Millen dishes it off. The shot goes wide. Beltman picks up the ball. In front, moving in again. Coming up high is Manning. Then he takes a shot in the chin. Gets up slowly. He'd lost his helmet. Long lead. Here comes Fulks trying to work the 2-on-1. Fulks a bouncer off the end board. Standish couldn't help him.
Well, it was a 2-on-1, but he didn't use it at all.
Here's Gibson to the side. Beltman almost got the trick and then took a bump from Donovan. Loose ball scooped up by Stroop. Stroop in behind. Squire up top. The shot. Getting a piece of it was Dalep. Beltman. Now
he's got to shoot.
Toll waits against Fulks. Toll still waiting. Squire down low. Doyle to the far side. Oh, tried to dish off to Toll. Burke up high, outside, they score!
Oh, nice goal.
That one, no foot anywhere.
No, they're all over his back. I think it was Canopine, I'm not sure. It was on Doyle. And Doyle does a great job, and I've seen him do this many times before. You're going to see, actually it's not Canopine, it's John Gallant, but he's all over Doyle's back. You're going to see again. Watch this, he's covered. Bad angle, manages to put it away.
And Dalep asking for a little repair.
This is what you call a fake timeout. And the referee is watching to make sure there's an equipment repair here. They don't let them get away with this as much as they do in hockey.
The handyman's helper, duct tape. Fourth quarter is brought to you by Yamaha Motors, when you want the best. And by Canon, leaders in digital photography. Astonish yourself. Colin Doyle with his second goal of the game, his 11th of the season, coming at 2:58. Washington coming back in again. Corsi tries to dump it in. Cosmo wasn't going to let him in. 10-9 the score. 11:45 left to play fourth quarter. Millen to Beltman. Beltman all the way across. Tool tries to roll up to Manning. Manning moves in. Oh, tried to go up top. Battle in the corner. Stick starting to get swung around a lot more. Canabine dished it off to Dalep. Here's Donovan. Donovan down the left side, puts on the brakes and waits for a little help. Sim. Shearer. Trying to come high is Halliday. He's got 3. Swinging off the end boards. Cosmo didn't even see it come by. Just whistled. Oh, they pick up the loose ball and score! Huge air, and the Power made him pay for it.
Oh, some miscommunication there. And Del Halliday has been the hottest Washington player lately. Scores 3 goals for Washington. His 4th of the game. But watch this. This is Gibson's trying to give it back to Cosmos behind the net. And they were just too lackadaisical about that. Cosmo was going back to get it. Gibson actually thought that he was in the net still and was going to pass it to him. Unfortunate miscommunication between those two. And it's a big one, 10-all.
Halliday now with 10. Veltman dishes it off. Burke turns, didn't like the opening. Now up top to Veltman, down low. There's a good shot on goal by Doyle. Then he pays the price for it. Dalep makes the save. Power, Horsey, lead pass. Bandit. Sims. Swings it out. Tied at 10. Gates going to work. The shot goes wide. Horsey tries to turn away, dumps it back in, tried to get it to Gary Gate, who was breaking up the middle.
And they almost gave it away again there. The Rock's got to be careful. Now I thought that went off of Washington's stick, and I think that's what they're arguing.
Got a timeout on the floor. Less than 10 to play and tied at 10. Molson Export National Cross.
Mr. Fletcher, Mr. Smith, heads it's Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss, tails it's Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger. Call in the air. Tails. Heads! Heads! No, heads! Heads! No, I mean tails!
Can't decide between Wendy's delicious new Chicken Bacon Swiss and Wendy's delicious new Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger? Each topped with hickory smoked bacon and processed Swiss? Try them both. It's win-win.
Hey, Fry Man, over here!
Here you go. For girls and boys, it's a fact. In every Wendy's kids meal, Grinch toys are back.
For 70 years, Canon has been at the forefront of photographic technology. Always advancing, always innovating. And everything we've done has made us what we are today. Leaders in digital photography. Canon Digital Photography. So go ahead, astonish yourself.
Head coach is the Washington Power, Darius Kilgore. Of the Toronto Rock, Les Bartley. And 1 year ago in the semifinal, the Rock was able to defeat the Power, but it was a nail-biter just like this one.
That's right, it went back and forth. Here's Paul Gate with his shot. We've seen that tonight.
Former Rock player Chris Gill. Look at the time he had. A little more Washington coming from up high.
Another Gate, that's Gary Gate. And you're going to see the winning goal here. Kim Squire, you can tell by the reaction to the crowd.
Let's check in with Jackie Delaney.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Rock assistant coach Eddie Como. Eddie, a bit of a dispute over that last Washington goal. Tell us about that.
Yeah, apparently the 30-second clock horns are not working. So, with 3 referees on the floor, they should be able to, one of them should be watching that. And I think there was a shot. We didn't have possession, and they picked up a ball, and it should have been a reset.
Okay, thanks for the time. That was another Molson Expert bench report.
Shot off the post by the Power. They almost went ahead. Blast coming in, went off the post. Cleared right back to Dalep. He'll start things up. His pass.
Oh, and Rock bench is freaking out here. That was an over and back that wasn't called.
Halliday, he's got 4. There's one more. Shearer.
That's actually Matt Shearer gets this shot. And he's been very quiet today. He's actually been a Toronto Rock killer over the years. You wouldn't have known he was playing today until he gets this shot here. He's going to take a nice underhand shot from Whitby, Ontario. Played for Loyola nearby. scores a goal, his 6th of the year. Put Washington ahead.
2 quick goals by the Power have seen Washington go from down 10-9 to ahead 11-10. Came 38 seconds apart, and Washington comes right back in. The momentum is switched. Paul Canabine, far side. Trying to find some room. Paul Gate against Glenn Clark. Paul Gate on a backhand as he was leveled. The penalty's going to the Rock.
He's calling a penalty.
Sims loses the ball, picked up by Toronto.
I want to see that one again. I think that's a terrible call. That's just good defense. Let's hear what the referee says. There you're going to see. Calls it roughing. Now, what's wrong with this? Hit him in the stick. That's a good check. Now watch. He's not hitting him in the head. He hits him in the stick right there.
Pick it up, Hank. Let's go.
Well, it goes against the Rock as Coyle goes for 2. An important penalty kill for the Toronto Rock, down by a goal. 8:42 left to play in the 4th quarter. Ball movement. Gary Gate fakes a shot over his shoulder to the side. Near side, Shearer. Saved by Cosmo. Nice job. Veltman's there to scoop it up. Bounces one ahead to Steve Toll. Toll busts in, trying to use his speed. Stops, gets a shot away. Ooh, whistles wide on the stick side. Stroop comes in after it. Takes a beating by Gallant. Holds onto the ball, though. Tries to work off Gallant. Clark sets the pick. Coming in, the shot by Stroop goes wide. Gallant with the ball. Flipped ahead. Gary Gate. He'll wait. 1:08 left in the power play for Washington. They lead by a goal. Into the corner, the Power steps out. Saved by Cosmo. Just swiping at it with Shearer. Didn't get any net on it. He just sort of whacked at it. Shot comes in, saved by Cosmo again. Loose ball in front. You've got to jump on the ball.
He's calling another penalty.
Veltman is hit. Now here's Clark. He turns away. Penalty is coming this time to Washington.
Let's see what's going on here. Interference, I think.
No, the penalty is going
it looks like
to the Power.
Washington.
And they're also going to...
Interference 2 minutes.
We had called 17 blue for a moment. And then change their mind. It becomes 91 white. Fred Jenner for interference.
No, it's just whatever Brian sent over, 91.
No, it's
white.
not.
Just white. I was just looking the wrong one.
Just 91 white. He saw Stevie Toll running on and went, well, maybe it was him.
Oh, that was an important kill for the Rock. 4-on-4. Wide open lacrosse. This is conducive to offensive lacrosse. 4-on-4. A little bit more floor.
Squire comes in. Here's the speed. Turns. Passes. Oh, intercepted neatly by Canabine.
Very neatly by Canabine. That was a good read on that play.
Canabine goes after the ball. Cole Canabine comes in. The lead pass doesn't work. As you saw, like Gary Gate, possession for the Power.
And that was ill-advised probably by Ian Rubel. A little bit too much on Gate after they had lost possession. He could have got the ball back for his team. It's another penalty. Oh my gosh.
Turning, Gary Gate. High, folks, the shot, Cosmo the save. Now they whistle it down.
I think they may be giving a penalty to Rubel on that play. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Jimmy Veltman's coming out to discuss.
You got to delay a game. They got too many minutes. 2 minutes on blue.
Too many men on the floor.
Cheap call.
Coyle comes up.
You're down. You're down. Get a man in the box. Get a man in the box.
I hate when they ruin a game making these calls, iffy calls. There was You've got an extra referee now whose job is just to call whether it's too many men, somebody leaves the bench early. Now the point is they should be doing it when it causes a breakaway or takes away a breakaway. I don't think that happened there.
Chapman will serve, the too many men on the floor.
And it's a 4-on-3. No, it's still 4-on-4.
Still 4-on-4
because they had a penalty. Yeah.
The flip knocked down by the Rock. Control. Shot off the crossbar.
Shearer had the empty net there. Off the pipe, and that was an over and back. The Rock is freaking it again on the bench.
They're not calling the over and backs. They keep missing it. Shot comes in. Cosmo the save.
If it went off the crossbar right out, it's not over and back, but Paul Gate actually carried that ball back.
Clark, lead pass. Here's a chance for the Rock on the 2-on-1. Turning now, Stroop. He's pushed down. Reese knocked him down. Now, Doyle waiting. Squire comes out to help out. Squire sets the pass. Shot goes off the end boards. Picked up by Manning. No, he can't control Squire. Has trouble.
Oh, he did.
And time runs out. Possession to Washington. Squire yattering at the referee. .26 seconds left in the penalty to Jenner. And then it'll be a power play for Washington. They lead by a goal with 5:43 left in the fourth quarter. Cutting in, folks, he turns back, up top, Shearer. To the side, fast and work for Gary Gate. Gary Gate, pushed there by Coyle. Nice job by Coyle, they'll knock it away. And Clark now works on his man. Oh, taking a shot at Paul Gate. Paul Gate was crunched.
Yes, and another penalty is coming. Paul Gate and Pat Coyle are talking. Nobody wants to go to the box. I want to give it to somebody, but
2 blue, 2-minute hold.
Oh, okay. Where's the hold? Good defense by Pat Coyle here. They're going to call a hold. I want to see where the hold is. I hope that wasn't it.
Clark knocks him. Gate. Oh, Ladouceur helps out.
Okay, it wasn't. It said 2 minutes for hold. I thought they said number 2 Pat Coyle. So I didn't see where the hold was.
Ladouceur though.
Penalty.
Ladouceur is the man in the box. It's 5-on-3. They have a high man. I'm not sure why. They work it up. Shot comes in.
It's actually, when you got a 5-on-3, you really only need 4 guys to get it going. So they use the 5th guy as an extra guy just to help out with loose balls, rebounds, that sort of thing.
Busting in now, spinning, Colin Doyle. Veltman, shot, just deflected the last moment. Veltman's got it again. To the far side, Chapman's back on. That one penalty is expired. It's 5-on-4. Washington with the power play. Shot comes in by Doyle. Saved by Dalep. And it bounces into the crowd.
Rock will get the ball back.
1:15 left in the penalty to Ladouceur. 4:31 left in the fourth quarter.
They will try to kill off 30 seconds, get a late shot, and they'll go for that rebound.
Veltman works it down, slides by.
And that's a... Colin Doyle was being tied up pretty good there.
Gallant coming back. 3-on-2, then backs off. Didn't like the look of it. Now he'll go to the bench and a new unit comes out. Halliday got 4 goals in the game. 34 seconds left in the Washington power play. Little flip over the shoulder, trying to work it down.
Oh, that was a big stop by
Cosmo. Nice job. Gary Gate, Paul Gate, little miscue. This time Gary's got it. The bouncer off all boards. Loose ball, knocked free.
Oh, great effort by Gate.
Look at this. And now here's a break and a chance for Clark down low. Clark comes out of the corner, moves in, the shot, score! Oh! What a great goal by Glenn Clark, short-handed to tie the game.
That was a great effort. There's a lot of beautiful plays here, and it starts with Coyle knocking down Gate. And Gate recovers that loose ball for a second. They scoop it back up, but it looks like it's a broken play here. Clarkey looks back. There's nothing wrong, but he just manages to walk in and make his angle better. I think Washington relaxed for a second there, figuring that they were going to hold up and try to kill it. Here we go again, all tied up.
Fourth of the season, ties the game at 11:37 shorthanded. Here come the Power. They couldn't control the pass. The Rock pick it up.
Look at this, 2-on-1.
Coming in, leading the way is the captain, Beltman. He's got Ladouceur out of the box. Shot! Dalep makes the save. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, tied at 11. Reese. Dishes off to Sims. Rock setting up defensively. Pass up high, Halliday. Shot goes off the end boards. Darrell Gibson starts the offense into the Washington zone. Toll now to Squire. Squire dancing, being chopped at by Sims. Squire in front, shot off the end glass. That came in by Stroop, and he was knocked down. Now Stroop does the job, forcing the loose ball, and it's Toronto ball. Nice job.
That's a good recovery.
Good effort by Toronto to get back to 11-11. Just 2:11 left. This is Molson Export National Lacrosse on Sportsnet.
It orders pizza. It has an FM stereo so you can listen to music while waiting for pizza. It two-ways friends to come over for pizza. It has voice-activated dialing so you can order more pizza.
Pizza.
Without putting down your pizza. The Motorola V-Dot 120. Enjoy it with pizza.
It's crunch time, brought to you by Doritos, the loudest crunch, and this one's a three-bagger. Just ask Gary Gate.
Yeah, you see Pat Coyle gets into it. Glenn Clark is going to get into it here on his brother.
Then Paul.
And they got a penalty out of that sequence. I think Ladouceur got sent to the penalty box.
Paul was the one who paid the price and got the penalty. Gary started off, he took one hit, and then Paul. And now tied 11, 2:07 left to play, fourth quarter. Moving in the Rock, loose ball, Stroop couldn't control. Trying to direct it forward, the Power, Canabine. Canabine working on a 2-on-1, along with Reese. Reese comes in to Canabine. What a save by Cosmo. Power controlling.
Gate is directing traffic here. He's isolated, he wants to go one-on-one.
Trying to get in, Paul Gate. Up high, shot comes from Halliday, gets through! A goal, and now Washington takes the lead with 1:31 left.
And there was a delayed penalty on that play. Got the extra man on the floor. Penalty nullified. Holiday gets his fifth goal on his same spot as he shot from before. He's got a hot hand. Do a good job taking out Paul Gate. Holiday gets a step in and get that shot. I have no idea what the penalty was going to be for.
A minute 31 left. Washington leads by a goal. Power with the ball. Folks over the line. Backs up. Canabine to the far side. Power very happy with the situation right now. Down low in the corner. Traffic being directed. Ball Gate trying to spin off a check. Canabine. Canabine bumped by Ladouceur. Whistle down. Time had expired.
Washington's called a timeout here.
58.2 seconds left. Kilgore has called a timeout. Power leading the Rock 12-11.
And the Rock's complaining and saying, how can he call a timeout? They didn't have the ball.
Time to take a look at our Speedy drive of the game, brought to you by Speedy. It's Speedy or somebody. And it happened in the first half of the game. Jimmy Veltman.
Yeah, we're going to see Jim Veltman started the offensive for Rock. He scored the first 2 goals. That was his second one off the face-off. Nice work on the loose ball up to Veltman. What's his shot? Nice. They'd like to see one more of those. They'll take it from anybody.
58 seconds left. Rock need a goal to tie.
This is where it gets interesting. Do they pull the goalie? I doubt it now with 58 seconds to go. But if Washington gets that ball back, Washington still has the ball. So that's because they called the timeout with a couple seconds left. But still, Toronto's going to go down, and I suspect they won't pull the goalie. Let's see what's happening here. There's some kind of discussion the referees are having. But watch, if Toronto doesn't score on this play, they will be pressing because they want to get that ball back right away. 53 seconds. If they take a full 30 on this and Washington gets it back, they can eat up the clock. Cosmo's in the net so far, but we'll see. Now the clock is all mixed up.
Cosmo is coming out. There's 58 seconds left. However, the clock, now it's been corrected to 55.9.
Now Cosmo's come to the bench, and now he's turned around and gone back.
And here we go. Rock need a goal to tie. Kim Squire down low.
Watch Cosmo go to the bench.
Cosmo's gone to the bench, and the ball gets by Squire, and it will go over and back, and that hurts. This would take the shot clock down to 15 seconds if Washington uses up the full 30.
And watch for Toronto to call a timeout if and when they get the ball back.
Folks coming in. Gibson working on him.
Great
into the
check by
corner. The loose ball picked up by Gibson. Swings around, whistled down. Timeout called by Toronto. 31.8 seconds
That
left.
actually turned out to be fortunate for Toronto. I don't know why Washington didn't just spread out and kill the ball there, because he went down into trouble. Toronto got the ball back on good defense by Pat Coyle. They can pull their goalie now.
Sub 5 with that shot to Doyley, okay? Totally, you're going to make the pass.
Fourth quarter was brought to you by Yamaha Motors, when you want the best. And by Canon, leaders in digital photography. Astonish yourself. Let's listen in to Eddie Como.
Shoots everyone in the net.
You stay up high.
How much time? How much time?
We're going right away. We're going
right now.
Right away.
Are we going right now? Yeah.
Okay, so you hear the strategies here. They're not going to wait till the clock winds down. They're pulling the goalie right away, and they're going to go for the shot as soon as they have it.
That was the question Blaine Manning was asking. How much time? He said right away. Here comes Toronto with the ball. Less than 30 seconds. Toll on the far side. Trying to get it set up. Doyle hits for the net. Here's Manning. Down his shot. Save. Loose ball. Controlled by Dalep. 14 seconds left. Dalep fires it down towards the empty net. Bounces over the glass.
Oh, that is a fortunate bounce for Toronto.
8 seconds left. Veltman to Squire. Squire comes in. Shot. Bounce. Saved by Dalep. Time runs out on the Rock, and the Washington Power hold on.
They do get the last
Get out,
shot.
the game's over. You're being ejected from the next game, everybody. Get out of
Listen to the ref.
Get out of there.
You'll be kicked out of the next game. Right now, they're not thinking about the next game.
Get out.
The game over.
12-11 the final score. The Washington Power hold on.
Oh, they got their chances. Kim Squire goes one hand here. And I'm not going to second guess Kim. It's not a high percentage shot, the one-handed shot, but the guy can put it in from anywhere.
Halliday with 5 goals.
They got their chances. Great game, another barn burner.
Molson Export National Lacrosse was brought to you by Molson Export. Had X today. Toronto Rock came charging out in the third quarter, outscoring Washington 6-2 to take the lead, 9-8. And then Washington, with 4 goals to Toronto's 2 in the final quarter, put it away for a 12-11 victory.
Well, it was a good game. We talked about the Gates and having to stop the Gates, but Del Holiday with 5 goals was really the difference today.
Important goal, too, was the one by Shearer that made it 11-10, put them back in charge of the game. Halliday had 5 goals. The BC native, certainly, I think he'll uncork a bottle of his wine tonight. What do you think? He is our Molson Export player of the game with 5 goals. Kim Squire had a shot at it late in the game. Next game, Toronto Rock face the Calgary Roughnecks. It comes your way January 12th, 1:30 Mountain, 3:30 Eastern on Rogers Sportsnet. Next up on the net, it is Sports Central Prime Time. Jamie Campbell and Mike Toth get together and we'll give you the full rundown on a Saturday in sports. So Toronto now dips to 2-2. Washington is now 3-1. The Gates and Halliday have a holiday with the Rock, winning 12-11. For Jackie Delaney and Brian Shanahan, I'm Rob Faulds. Thanks for joining us. Take care, everybody.